If I see one of them red hats, I'm going to put my hands on it. I'm already 2-0 against a couple red hats. So when I say I'm going to do it, check this out. I mean, I promise you I'll do it. And you won't stand a chance. I wasn't blessed with a whole lot of other skills or intelligence.
Well, no argument there. I wasn't blessed with a lot of skills or intelligence or prospects or a girlfriend, living wage, or esteem. But I promise you, I'll put a hurt on you if I see a MAGA hat. Oh no, there's a former MMA guy who has a problem with Trump and Trump supporters? Oh no, not that. Anything but that. What will Trump supporters possibly do?
He did the Trump dance.
Speaking of dancing, that's all Gavin Newsom seems to be doing. Nero fiddled while Rome burned, and Newsom gives tweets and gives interviews and does a podcast. This is what happens when a guy who's destined to be a daytime game show host somehow becomes governor. It is absolute terror, trauma, and chaos for rioters and for illegal immigrants. Listen to the mayor of LA, Karen Bass, describe it.
Now thinking that there is a large percentage of our city that is terrified, that is not going to know if they go to sleep tonight and they go to work or they go to school. Will that be the last day they do that? Will that be the last day they see their family?
That sounds exceedingly bleak. But hey, what's up with the constant smile on your face? It's like you got some sort of Joker thing going on.
Hi.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public appeal.
I need to get in.
It's kind of sad when the ugly chick is turned away from the nightclub.
I got mad that he pushed children to the ground. I jumped up and yelled in his face. And then the cop behind, he didn't even do anything. The guy that pushed me that time, the guy behind him just immediately started shooting.
I don't know about the veracity of this story, but you know what? I don't care who you are. Your heart has to go out to the five-nippled guy. Speaking of having a heart and sympathy, I'm afraid I'm surrounded by hostile competition, and I'm a bit algorithmically challenged. So if you'd like to contribute to the cause and help out an underdog, go to patreon.com/jokesandApoint. I thank everyone who's helped me out, including those who like, comment, subscribe, and share. It all adds up, so thank you very much.
It could turn very volatile if you move law enforcement in there in the wrong way and turn what is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into a massive confrontation.
People having fun watching cars burning.
Wrong!
Isn't there another term for them? Barbecue enthusiast? No, that's not quite it. I was thinking more like depraved communist? And here's the Apple Corporation providing needed reparations to some deserving looters. Look how frightened these poor people are. They're being terrorized by law enforcement.
Get down!
Oh, he got fucked. Oh. And over here, we have some peaceful protesters having some fun with law enforcement. They're playing cornhole with cement blocks.
So, first of all, get it straight. And don't just rely on what you're being told or the few incidents that you saw. Protests, and even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot. Nobody was killed. Get it in your head.
For those of you who are going to end up in hell in the afterlife, you can bet there's going to be a ton of media anchors down there to guide you, along with Democrat politicians, who will be explaining to you that it's a fiery but mostly peaceful eternity that awaits you. Get it in your head, Maxine Waters will tell you. Never pay attention to ample video evidence. Don't pay attention to those who are out of step with the peaceful protests. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great and powerful Oz has spoken. Yeah, she's probably right. It's just disinformation. Probably Russian. Like the many videos of Joe Biden wandering off, shaking hands with no one, congratulating dead people.
Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie?
Or flopping to the ground like LeBron pretending to take a charge. Yes, I'm afraid that the party, the people, the apparatus that continuously told you that Biden's mind was samurai sword sharp is probably fibbing about the National Guard causing violence in California. That is, if they even acknowledge that there is violence in California. And also that same party, people, and apparatus, even though their credibility committed public suicide by meme, it's not stopping them from continuing. You see how the lying works? It's not a one-off. It's an all-off. So what is all this really about? Well, it's about the midterms and polling.
Voters' views of the Democrats in Congress among all voters disapprove 68%. And look at the approved number, just 21%, even lower than the Democratic Party at large. This is the lowest on record for Democrats, according to Quinnipiac University polling.
The right might hear that and say, hey, everybody's coming around to our side. But I don't think so. Do you think the Democrat cabal, the machine, looked at these numbers and thought, well, we'll just have to change hearts and minds over time. We'll achieve that through a persuasive argument, through a sense of fairness and nonviolent means? Of course not. They're used to dominating, manipulating, and determining what you think, and with that objective in mind, anything goes. And if there's glaring contradictions or jarring inconsistencies, well, that's your problem for noticing. The low Democrat approval is from radicals being bummed out. They need their rage highs.
You chose to defend us against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and you failed. And that's why they're out there on those streets. So who the are you to tell them to shut the up? Why don't you grow a pair, take off your mask, and tell me you're fucking net?
You see, the Democrats have to win people like this back. The unhinged nose-ring people need to come home. A year before Trump was elected, we clearly heard what the general Democrat philosophy is.
We also gave those who wished to destroy space to do that as well.
And then in Trump's first term, they put that philosophy on steroids. They were harassing people in the street, or groveling for forgiveness from people of color, rejoicing in sexual perversion, and they had Democrat carte blanche to loot. 30-plus people died, $2 billion in damages. It was a fire fun park. All the while, the Democrats were happy to tell you that you weren't seeing what you were actually seeing.
There's violence across the whole country. Do you disavow the violence from Antifa? That's happening in Portland right now? There's riots.
That's a myth that's being spread only in Washington, D.C.
The question is, how do Democrats recapture that magic? Well, by fighting ICE, which they're now doing in New York. Blocking traffic for a good cause.
But what about my kids? I need to
Look at this.
Then what happens to my kid? I can't help you.
What happens to my kid? I can't help you. Isn't it nice when the white liberals have to explain to the black lady why her life is not important?
But you can if you could just move off the way. We're not going to. How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing to do? No, it's not. How do you all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not work. I care so much.
The look on her face speaks for us all. Who are you to stop anybody from going to work? Lib. This is a sane reaction to the insane. Naturally, we'll be continuously subjected to an insulting amount of BS that we're a nation of immigrants, and they'll purposely leave out the words illegal immigrant, again because they've brazenly lied before.
The border is closed, the border is secure.
And they'll continue to be true to themselves and lie some more. They're still trying to make a hero out of Abrego Garcia. Yay, he's being brought back. That means he can go to the bar and have some margaritas with Senator Van Hollen again. It's human trafficker night. So the Democrats should really just plead the fifth. That is, if Biden didn't already pardon them with an auto pen.
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man.
Gavin Newsom and all the Democrats seem to be cussing it up. We know it's a strategy. How do we know? Because they weren't doing this before.
You could speak directly to Elon Musk. What would you say?
No matter how authentic he's trying to sound, we all hear the same music whenever he speaks.
Past weekend, federal agents conducted large-scale workplace raids in and around Los Angeles. Those raids continue as I speak.
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man.
They're just so foul language, genuine, bleeping authentic, and F-bomb and gritty. He's so rated R. I don't know who exactly they're pandering to, whether it's the working class or men, the nose ring people. It's just so fugazi.
Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes, been here 10 years. The fear, the horror. The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy.
I already said the Democrats should be arrested, and we know how they should plead.
Plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Trying to live their lives, paying their taxes, been here 10 years.
Been here 10 years? Oh, so they came during the Obama years? Okay, that checks out. Living their lives paying taxes. Will someone please put this argument out of its misery?
Just take a look at some of the illegal monsters who were taken off the streets in Los Angeles in recent days. A Vietnamese national, a known gang member with a conviction for second-degree murder. A Mexican national with convictions for child molestation who was armed with a dangerous weapon and had previous arrests for robbery and domestic violence. A Filipino national with convictions of rape, assault, burglary, and theft.
Of course, Newsom is lying, and if he didn't care about protecting his people from fire, why would he care about protecting them from anything else? At this point, he's not trying to convince the sane, he's trying to rev up his base. This is all just a getting out the vote drive. Meanwhile, Trump is doing exactly what he promised on deportation, which does have majority support.
Republicans lead on the issue of immigration.
And he's doing other destructive things like making trade deals via tariffs. Remember a month ago when those were supposed to ruin the economy? Doesn't seem to be the case. Naturally, the unhinged will not take kindly to good economic news. If I see another tariff deal that's going to help the working class, I'm going to put my hands on you.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Be sure to pass around to anybody who might like my content. And I'll see you the next time.